Hey guys, it's been quite a while since my last episode. I've been kind of going through it a little bit myself as a creator, having some blocks. And if I gotta be honest, I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out how we're gonna continue this, what other things that I can do to really bring you guys value. So in this episode, I wanted to do a quick little update. I was just cutting my friend up earlier, and I'm gonna play this video for you guys real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. My friend Vince had this quarantine haircut and we were actually building a mullet, and I'm going to give you guys kind of an update on where it's at and what we're going to do to kind of maintain this real life experience. This happens a lot with me when I'm dealing with clients, is that sometimes the cut isn't always the best style, so we're always trying to help them figure out what would work for them that fits their head shape, whether it's a taper or fade. I'm going to take you through what I would think is best for him. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you like and you find value, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys can stay updated on future episodes. Okay, so let's get to Vince's haircut. I'm going to play this little clip for you guys so you guys can see exactly where we're at, so you guys are caught up with what we're going to do. Another really great part about this episode is that finally STMNT is out in public. STMNT is a product line that I just launched with two other friends, Julius and Miguel, also known as the Nomad Barber. The three of us came up with 9 amazing products that we just recently launched. Let me see, that was back in September 1st, so it's been officially a month now. I'll be using the STMNT spray powder. It's one of my main focus products under the StayGold collection. I'll put the link as well up in the bottom. It's going to be really great to add texture with a lot of grit without it looking like you have a lot of product in your hair. You see what I mean? We just got to grow this part out longer, and then it will have a cool flip because when you wear your hats and stuff, right, I think you'll have a nice little.
This starts pointing down or in the middle.
Where's your hat? You have your hat here? Yeah. Put it on real quick. I just want to see. Oh, tight, yeah. So you got a clean sideburn there, but still having this little, because what we're gonna do is, he wears a lot of hats and beanies, so we want to have this like hair flip as it's growing out, so we're gonna build that up. Okay, so we're gonna play through the video and I'll give you guys kind of these updates as we go. So looking back, this haircut was done about 3 months ago. And I've probably done about 2 cuts to just maintain it, you know, just something simple, just like a retaper. So here it is that you're looking at it all the way around. You can kind of see the similar shape. The back is growing a little bit longer, but for some reason his hair grows a bit slow when it comes to the actual length. So now we're gonna go into just making sure I keep it as squared as possible. His haircut on the side right here tends to round in super quick, so I want to make sure I create that ledge first. And I find this a lot easier to do because I have a stopping point versus like me chasing these lines all the way up. I know exactly where to meet my ledge, and this is going to help me square out those edges a lot. I'm going to wet the hair, make sure I have a nice clean line just so I can see exactly what I'm doing. And then from here, we will probably go into the tapering portion. And when it comes to deciding if it's a fade or taper, I usually like to run my hands through the back of the neck, just in this area, just to kind of see how the scalp lays, because oftentimes not everyone is fit for like a low fade or you know, something that drops because of the way the indents happen. I usually try my best to advise them because I'm trying to help them get the best looking cut when you're looking at it from multiple angles, not just from the front side or the back side, but also when you're directly looking at it from the side, because then you're going to be able to see those dips. And then it just depends, like maybe a low fade wouldn't be the best for those people if they have like the curve right here or the dents right here behind their neck. You know, for those cases, then sometimes a better option would be like mid-high fade. So you always kind of follow the skin and what it's going to allow you to do and just how it looks. So far I've done is create that ledge, get it prepped up for the taper. I'm clearing as much pathway as possible so as I go into it, there's no overlay of hair that's blocking. And I'm going to start with my first guideline using my custom FX trimmer. If you guys haven't already had a chance yet, you guys can still make one. It just actually launched yesterday. It went live on the app. So if you update your app on iOS systems only right now, you can create your own trimmer customized to whatever colorway you want. So if you already have the custom FX clipper, this is a great way to match your clipper set. So I'm always going to start with my guideline here. When it comes to fades, a lot of times people do ask, what is better, fading up or fading down? If I got to be honest, try both ways and see which one you like. I think for me personally, I'd rather do the hard part first, so I start from the bottom up. But it's kind of different because I'm also starting from the top down as far as cutting down the hair to exactly where I need it and then building up to that line. So it's kind of moving back and forth, but the actual skin portion is where I start from the bottom up. And here I'm still moving through my clipper, no guard. And if you guys want a more detailed description of these steps, there's a couple videos that I've done in the past that kind of break it down easier. If you go and look at one of my taper videos, let me see. I'll actually throw it up. Let me see. Actually, let me just tell you which one it is. This one actually goes step by step on what I'm doing. This one right here, if you guys can see that. This one right here, this video, it's called Haircut Tutorial Barber Skin Taper. If you go on that video, I actually break it down like to detail. And that one will give you exactly what I'm doing here. So now we are, I believe this is a 1 guard, and I'm moving up. So I'm going guard by guard. I'm doing the half guard, then the 1 guard, then the 1.5 guard. And that's kind of where I started, that 1.5, and then I scooped it with a clipper over comb to create that ledge. And now I'm just blending up to that point. So eventually I'm gonna be moving into a 1.5 guard next, and that should be able to blend everything in from there. Now you're seeing me cut from kind of like an angle, and what this is, it's called corner blending techniques. This is a really common way for barbers to work on dents or work against growth patterns that are going different directions. This is going to be a really helpful part because sometimes you don't even have to change guards, you just got to change the angle of what you're cutting. So if the hair is growing this way, you're going to go against it. Also, you got to really keep in mind as you're doing the corner blending techniques and you're working those areas, especially in the front, this is where it changes a lot. You're gonna have areas that have thinner spots and more dense spots. And with corner blending, what it's gonna allow you to do is make sure you get certain spots a different color shade. And then as a whole, you have this more seamless, consistent blend that everyone is looking for. And that's one of the toughest parts in the front, is because you're dealing with the different types of densities that come in on different clients. Every single person is going to be different, and it's something that I've learned when working in the barbershop. It's like you may know the steps, but the crazy thing is every time you get a new client, it's like a completely brand new challenge of trying to figure out how to get the most consistent blend and smoothest shape on everybody. But corner blending is something I've been doing for a really long time. It's something we even talk when we're in training for our barberology team with Babyliss. It's just a useful tool. And if that isn't enough, you also have texturizing shears, which also help tremendously when it comes to dark spots. My tip of advice for that is you just got to know when to use the ones that have a lot of teeth and when to use the ones that have the chunky teeth. When it comes to blending fades and I'm trying to remove weight, I tend to use more of a spaced out teeth. That for me has worked a little bit better. Okay, so we're on this area now. We're doing the other side, and I want you to see that little top corner right by that ledge. It looks a little dark, but this is where his head starts to really round in, so you see that dark spot. Everything is the same length up to that point, but you can tell that that part is a little bit extra dark. So this is where you're gonna find a lot of use using texturizing shears. And the chunky teeth that I'm talking about is going to allow you to still keep the weight there, but just lightening the color shades so you have a more even gradient. And you're going to see that once I pull out the texturizing shears right about now. And you just watch that corner, it's just going to lighten up. And what's cool is I'm not cutting so much off that the hair is just being cut off. Like I'm not removing a bunch, I'm creating gaps. And I think that is why I love the more spaced out teeth, than the super fine ones. So now we're gonna dry all of the hair, and I push it to the direction that he's gonna wear it. He obviously has to train his hair to do it. He used to wear it all back, so sometimes it takes a while. The spray powder, this is one I'm super proud of. If you guys get a chance, it has a nice fragrance, very soft. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna use this up in the roots, and I put it all over the place. Kind of set it exactly where I want it first. Get it everywhere, and then at the end, I will use my fingertips to really mold it into the hair and style it. A lot of my clients do prefer something a little bit light. You know, there's a product for every type of hair, so this is a really great time to even just like play around with different products and find what works well together. And if you guys check under the Statement collection, one thing we really focused on when we created the line was that you can cocktail all of them together. So in the past, I remember using certain products, and if I mixed it up with something else, sometimes it would cancel the product that I already put in. So that is something that we really looked forward to making sure that that wasn't going to be an issue. So it's like if you wanted to use my spray powder as a base, and then you want to use Julius Caesar's, you know, shine paste, or Miguel's, I think it was like a dry clay, you have that ability to mix them together without one losing over another. And also the best part is that the scents don't clash together. They actually work really well together. So if you guys get a chance, please check out that store. And we're just gonna finish it off with that. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked and found value in this video, please make sure to subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys on the next one.